Let's take a look at how to write an insert statement with SQL. An insert statement is used to insert one or more records into a table. Now, to execute the insert statement, you'll need the following elements. You'll need the insert into keyword, the name of the table you'll be placing the records into, the name of the columns in the table you'd want to put the data in, the values keyword, and the values you'd want to have placed in the table. So let's take a look at this in action to see how it truly works. So today we'll be working with our vehicle table. So let's just do a quick select statement on that. As you can see, we have a vehicle table that has no data in there, but it has 4 columns. Now, if we are interested in putting data in this table, we'll have to insert those records into that table. So to go about that, we'll have to use our insert statement. Now, our insert statement is comprised of the insert into keywords, the name of the table you're wishing to put the data into, the columns that you want to put the data in, as well as the values you'd want to have placed into the table. So let's write it out and see how it will work. So we'll start off with our insert keywords. So we're inserting into our vehicle table. The columns that we're interested in putting the data in are the make, model, color, and cost. So these are the 4 columns we want to put the data in. Now we want to put the specific values, so we'll have to give the values keyword and then supply the actual values you'd want to put into the table. So in this case, for make, we're going to place Honda, so we'll put Honda in quotes as it is a string. The model, we'll say Accord. The color, we'll say white, and the cost, we're going to say 30,000. So we're going to execute this statement and see what will happen. So in executing it, it was completed successfully. So let's run back our select statement. And as you can see, the data has now been placed into the table. Now, for the insert statement, you don't always have to put the name of the columns. If you're putting columns in if you're putting data in all of the columns in the table, then you can actually submit the statement without the specific columns. So for example, if we were to do this, and I'm going to change this and say Civic, and let's go with 20,000. If we were to execute this, we're seeing that it had completed successfully. So let's do another select statement. So we're seeing where both records are present. Now let's try it with outplacing placing a value for all columns in the table. So we're going to remove the color white, and we're going to execute. As you can see, the information now has failed because it does not match the values defined by the table. So we're going to remove the numeric value just so that it does not line up with a string value, and we're going to insert once more, and you're seeing that it still does not go through. So because it does not know which column specifically you're looking to put the data in, it won't accept it. However, we don't have to place all of the column information in there as long as it's allowed. What we can do is specifically name the columns that we'd want to put the information in. So in this case, if we're interested in putting the data in the make and model column, all we'd have to do is specify those columns as well as the values you're interested in putting in there. So in this case, let's just change this to CRV, and we have only the make and the model present, so we're going to insert that, and it's completed successfully. So let's run a select statement. So we're seeing where it has 3 records in the table. The Honda CRV that was added has the information present. However, for the color and the cost, the values that are here are null, and null represents an unknown value. So it does not mean that the null is not the same as there being a blank space present. So null means that the data is not sure, well, the table is not sure what the specific information relating to that data is. Whereas if it was blank, then it would mean that in the table you are representing the color as a blank value. So let me just actually put that in just to make that distinction. So we're going to insert color, and we're going to provide it with a blank value. In the insert, and we'll execute our select statement, and as you can see, for the newly inserted row, for the columns, for the color, it is blank, not null but blank. So there's a distinction between null and blank. So this was just a quick run through as to how to execute an insert statement. So remember, you need the insert into keywords, the name of the table that you wish to insert the data in. You'll need to provide the column or columns of the columns in the table that you wish to put the data in, as well as provide the values you wish to have inserted into that table.